And so, what have we got going on here? We have some Brazil action. Let's see if we got a 9-4 is the phone code here, so we're somewhere in the 900s for. Let's check out if we see any polls, because that would be our savior here. Doesn't really feel like we have anything that useful. I want to see some like Belém palms. That kind of looks a little bit Belém. What about the blue car here? It's covered. Is decent, I think. It's decent here. Round pole is certainly interesting. Let me see. Many points available round number 1 here. This tiling is something I'd associate more with South, interestingly. Obviously, we're not there. Yeah, I guess I'll just go Belém here. I think it's decent, but not necessarily correct, so we'll just give it a go. And yeah, another thing, I think this electricity kind of counter thing is quite common in Belém, but it is just in another town nearby Belém, so yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Good start to the duel there, 1.7k damage, not too bad at all. And the next one here, round number 2, and what are we looking at here? Germany. I feel like this might be Germany, you know. Yeah, I mean, it would be like Belgium otherwise or something, but they have fairly big hills here too. I want to try Germany, I can't lie. The village in the background feels quite German though, so I'm gonna click here maybe? Or like Hamburg. I don't know how many hills Hamburg has around it though. Because I kind of want to go Hamburg here, but I'll go here instead, okay? And it was Frankfurt, that was a good option. He goes for Nuremberg, so yeah, definitely an interesting round there. Like Germany, rural locations like that you don't get too often, so it's unique in that sense. Next round here, round number 3. Looking at some France here. I don't know where those places are, but I'm going to make the educated choice here and click near Paris, because that seems to have a fairly high success rate. Especially on a generic kind of green hills rolling kind of around like this. And it was near Paris indeed, so definitely playing better so far than in the first games. But that's going to be a good bit of damage. Okay, moving on to the next round here. Looking like it might be Bolivia or something like that. Not really too sure yet. Chilean car, kind of a lot of like bushes here. Kind of feels like Bolivia, so I think I'll just click here. Yeah, I think that's what I'd do. But yeah, it could also just be like quite a bit further. I don't know. I think it's somewhere along the Bolivian border. I just don't really know where. And it was all the way up here. He actually goes for deep south Chile there, which is an interesting guess. It was 2.9k damage there, so that's pretty decent for us. It's actually going to be somewhere in Guat. And spot the Guat. Where are we looking at here? Oh, North Ocean. And I think this is extremely 5k-able. If I can actually find the country, it's one of my problems. Puerto Barrios. Seems to make some sense here, does it not? I think we're in Puerto Barrios. Yeah. Surely. I mean, we don't seem to have much of a harbour there. We do have some kind of a port. We should see if we look south some mountains here, which we do. So maybe we're even there. I don't know. I'm just going to go for it here. I think it's the only really place that makes a whole lot of sense here. I don't think what it actually is here, and it was indeed right there. Got the 5k. So definitely a nice little start here. Let's see what we get on the next round. Double damage, and we are driving right. And it looks like France again, does it? We got a double blue on the plate here with a lot of rock walls. What should that mean? Well, I would associate so many rock walls with up here, I guess. Although, like, the landscape wise didn't really remind me of that. I think I gotta trust my intuition here. Let's find out where the rock walls in France actually are. Actually, south here. He doesn't realize we're driving right-hand side of the road. And it makes sense. It was very dry for it to be south, so there we go. I got the flawless on game number 4 here. Let's see what happens on game number 5.